What's up guys, Pop 101 here. Today we're going to be going over the new and enhanced Rinnegan spell. So let's get started, and just stay tuned for a couple of the cool new features that I'm going to be showing you. Obviously, we spawn in these giant chakra rods, so let's just go over all the abilities. First up, pull the trigger, release. We've got the proper audios now, and these bad boys pierce into everything. They can even pierce into themselves too, which I think is actually pretty funny. I mean, come on, look at that. And let's say we do have an enemy. Why don't we try this again? Hold on. I've never actually tried this, so let's see. Did it work? Oh, I guess it did work. That's awesome. I'm actually really happy that that worked. Okay, so pull the trigger, you shoot out the chakra rods, we got the right audio. Cool. Trigger and grip, we spawn in the elongated or these long chakra rods. Basically the small ones, but a bit longer. And of course, yes, you can pierce on both ends of the chakra rods, big or small, just a nifty feature. And it also works if you do the grip and then the trigger first. Very easy, just like that. And of course, we can chuck it, and they go toward the tip of it right there. And you can easily pierce into it. One of my favorite parts, though, is getting it and just stabbing into enemies and piercing them into the walls because, I mean, come on. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so we've obviously got all these right here. Well, if we pull the trigger and the grip, we get this long chakra rod. You guys get that. But if we pull the trigger now, our weapon will actually grow in size. Now, why is that? Well, a Shiki can control the size of matter at will. So I figured why not add the ability into the Rinnegan. And then you press the spell button while holding it, and it will decrease the size. So if we really wanted, we could turn our long chakra rod into this little itty-bitty thing. I mean, come on, just look at the difference. And yes, of course, it still works just like normal. Can still pierce, can still throw, although now it goes directly instant, and I think that pierced into the wall too. That's funny. Okay, now just wait a minute. Now I thought that'd be cool to add one of Ashiki's abilities. So what else did I add? Well, keep in mind it's a work in progress. If we hold the trigger and we throw our hand up, we spawn his cubes. Although, they're simple crates for now. So if we open up our book, there is a ton of different customizations. We can obviously customize what we're shooting out, our normal chakra rods or the long ones. And let's just do trigger and then grip. So obviously, customizing, spawning whatever we want directly through all of the Trials of the Shinobi weapons. Let's try this. So you guys see how quick that is? Yeah, now it's just a tad faster. Can I shatter it? Ah, that's so cool. Okay, obviously, you shoot it, they last for 5 seconds. Let's put 1 second. Cool. And if we set it to 0, they never despawn. So watch this. 3, obviously 0 seconds. They're never going away. You can customize the speed of the multiplier when you're trying to grow or shrink your items with the Shiki's abilities. And now we have the disruption cube speed, so how quickly it'll come down. Keep in mind, there are a lot of customizations for it. Cooldown, range. Now, the main thing that I want to talk about is the amount right here. So I spawned 5 before. What happens if we try to spawn 20? Well, yeah, that's right. And a cool feature about it is that they're all different sizes. So I wanted to randomize it just a little bit, just for fun, because I figured why not. Yeah, so that's going to be customizable too. As soon as the cubes are actually done, they're being worked on, so don't worry about it. But we can increase the force, how much it knockbacks on enemies when it hits the ground. It only does it at first, and then we can customize how long they actually last for. So again, if you set it to 0, they'll never despawn. But in this case, why don't we just spawn in 5 of them before, because 20 never despawning is kind of a lot. Plays the sound when you throw your hand up properly. And of course, if we want to spawn in a creature right there, we can obviously use telekinesis on said box. Come on. There we go. Hooah! And shatter it over them, of course. One other cool thing is that there's obviously a cooldown. So if I've never actually set this low before, but let's try this. We select the Rinnegan spell, and oh yep, if we just keep throwing our hands up. Oh no. Oh! Okay. So we stop right before it hit us. That's a good thing. So let's put this back to normal, and why don't we do 10 seconds? I'd say that's pretty good with how high they spawn. Okay. Now we've got the Amino TJ Kara. As you guys know, we do this if we press the trigger and the spell button while holding the weapon. We swap spots with whatever enemy we're looking at. Now, of course, you can customize this for how far away the enemies can be. So if I try to do it from, let's say, right here, I can't do it. I gotta get a little bit closer now that I set the range to 5. And look at that. Easy peasy. But I'd recommend keeping it at 50. Anything more than this, it does start to get a little bit funky. And then the item swap, of course. Pull the trigger and the spell button, and you'll swap with whatever item you're looking at as well. I gotta say though, one of my favorite parts about this, aside from Ishiki's cubes, is making these weapons gigantic, because come on. And of course, we can shoot them to the enemies as many as we want. Now, I'm going to be showing you something with that in just a sec. But one thing I really want to show you, because I've gone through a bunch of these abilities, what they do, very cool. But why don't we spawn in a few enemies, and then we can try the merge abilities. And then all the other ones. So, select it in both hands. Merge it, just these particles to show that you're merging, and almighty push. That's pretty cool. Now if we do the reverse, we have the universal pull. So that's something I need to work on, but as you guys could tell, we hold our hands together, we have this Susanoo right here, which will actually protect us. There we go. All you need to do to activate it is put your hands together. It's still in testing, obviously, so it's not the best, but I can show you real quick. This is me. This is what it looks like. Now, as long as our hands are close together, just like this, we have our Susanoo ribcage. And obviously, it protects us. Simple as that. So, if I want to spawn in some enemies to fight us, why don't we check out how well that actually works? And while we're here, why don't we just get rid of a bunch of these enemies that we do not need in the arena anymore. Okay, very cool. So let's try this out again. So you guys have seen most of the abilities. Oh, alright. Come on. There you go. Okay, now we can actually have somebody fight us. Come on. I love this so much. Here we go, lady. Oh, that's it? Come on. Anybody that will try to attack us gets blocked instantly by our Susanoo. Okay. And then one other cool feature I added. It can work if you're holding a weapon as well, but it can only be single-handed. If you're trying to grab a weapon with both hands and pull your hands together to try to activate it, that does not work. That happens. Now, there is some testing that I still need to do, but... Okay, so we just knocked down this guy. If we go to him, hold the trigger, we can actually revive him with Pain's Revival Jutsu. And then he becomes an ally. Although, he needs a weapon to fight, so why don't we follow him and make sure he actually picks one up. Here we go. Do my bidding, please. Thank you very much. One other cool thing is if we grab a weapon, we imbue it with the Rinnegan. And we hit an enemy with the imbued weapon. Watch what happens. Well, on the imbue attack, they're supposed to become allies. I guess I still need to work on the code for that. It's been a while since I touched it. But, no biggie. It's fine. Seriously? You think you're gonna beat me like that? One thing I do plan on doing, though, is with the Susanoo, all I need to do is add in the player tag, I believe. And enemies will actually believe that the Susanoo is part of you. So when they try to fight you, they'll be fighting the Susanoo. And then one other thing that I haven't finished yet is we'll be able to use telekinesis on enemies, and as soon as you grab them with telekinesis, they'll automatically get launched and grabbed by your hand, just like Pain when he uses it against Naruto. And I believe I've covered the majority of the Rinnegan right here. I think that's all the abilities. There's quite a few. One cool thing that I do want to show you guys real quick, just for fun, because I absolutely love how well this is turning out. So, we have this guy right here. Let's take his sword real quick. And we're just going to put him on the ground. Well, I changed our chakra rods. So now we're shooting the long chakra rods, and we can actually pierce through their limbs, like Naruto and Pain. And if you guys really want to get crazy, what we can do, set this despawn timer to 0, and you know what, we're going to leave this guy for a minute. We can spawn a brand new guy for this. Let's fly up real quick, just so we have a good spot right here. Look at this. We can pierce through every single one of his limbs. And of course, this is one of my enemies that lives for a very, very long time. If you really want to do your pain simulator, there you go. That's all you really gotta do. Oh man. I turned off creature despawning with better performance. He's just stuck like that. Wait, why don't we do this? Oh no. What have I done? Okay. This might be slightly overpowered. I think I might need to change some of it. But at least for now, why don't we use the Kamui and get rid of it all. And there you go. All sent to the Kamui dimension, just like this guy right there. And you know what, while we're here, why don't we just keep using it just a tad? Because I am really proud and happy with how it's come out so far. Hey pal, you too. Okay. And I think we're pretty good. And just showing you all these while I'm ending the video. If you guys like the mod, you like the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. Thanks for watching.